Hi, since starting this channel a couple of months ago, I've been receiving some comments from presumably driving instructors, picking me up on things like, why didn't I mention that students missed mirror checks to them, or their misindicators, or why didn't I do a lesson plan at the beginning, or why didn't I use briefings? Why am I not teaching them the correct techniques? And I sort of get where they're coming from. I mean, of course, each video is just a small snippet of a entire lesson, and like them, I was trained a lot of years ago to focus on all of the detail in a driving lesson, to be really methodical, to make sure I went through a set program on every single lesson. I ticked those boxes and made sure I covered everything off that I needed to, and that I identified, analysed and fixed every little fault that a student made when they made it. And what I found out, again a long time ago, is that is just poor advice. Okay, now I'm not blaming those instructors. I'm sure that's the way that they got trained, and probably their trainers got trained that way, because it's a mindset that's lasted for decades. Okay, but it simply doesn't work, or at least it doesn't work as effectively as other methods. Okay, so of course, when my students go down for their tests, they all check their mirrors all of the time. They all signal as they should do almost all of the time, and of course some of them will make errors on their driving test, but the vast majority of them pass first time with very few faults. And in the last couple of months alone, I've had 3 students who have passed with 0 faults. So to suggest that I let these things slide with students, I think is missing the point, really. So just to explain where I'm coming from in the way that I train my students. Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one that does this within driver training, and I definitely know I'm not the only one that does this in other forms of training in other industries. Okay, so I've spent years researching, studying, practicing and refining 2 well-established training principles. So the 2 main principles I use are what are called the KISS principle, which stands for keep it simple stupid, and the other is the Pareto principle, otherwise known as the 80-20 rule. Now, I'm not going to bore you with detailed explanations of those. You can find more information in the links to the videos below, which are not my content, they're links to other people's content who I think can explain this better than I can. But fundamentally, by using those 2 principles, what you're able to do is make things incredibly simple for a student to understand, to process and to practice. So coming up is, I think, a good example of me putting the keep it simple stupid and 80-20 rule into practice when I'm teaching Georgia how to parallel park. Bearing in mind, she'd never ever done it before. She thought it was going to be hard and also pretty scary. Cheers. Bye.
Okay.
Right, parallel parking then. Let's just drive up the road a little bit, get a bit closer to that car that's parked over on the left.
Okay.
Again, just practice that pull away here, just past the middle of the driveway. That's it, all the way up, little burst of speed. That's it. Just leave it in first gear for now. Okay, now we don't want to block somebody's driveway up, so before we get to the lamppost, if you pull over on the left, just where that raised bit of curb is, clutch all the way down and stop. That's it, just stop. Oh, okay, that's fine, go to that one, clutch down and stop. Okay, just secure the car for a moment. Right, to begin with, let's swap seats
Okay.
and I'll give you a demo. Okay. Right, I'm just moving your seat back. I'm not changing anything
It's
else.
all right.
That's all right. Okay. First of all, what do you think is involved in doing this?
Going next to it. I seen it on TikTok actually.
Have you?
Yeah. Do you like go next to the car and line with it?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I'm not too sure. So.
Right, okay. Let me give you a quick demo with my hands, okay? So let's imagine this hand is the Volkswagen in front of us.
Yeah.
This hand is us, okay? So we're going to check, make sure it's safe to pull away, as always.
Yeah.
Pull out, steer straight, get next to that car. Yeah? Then we go back about halfway.
Yeah.
Then we're going to angle to about 45 degree. What do you like with angles?
Not very good.
Not very good, okay. So if you're not sure what a 45 degree angle is, if you have a look at the steering wheel, imagine this is a clock face.
Yeah. Oh, it's like 2 o'clock.
Got 12 o'clock, yeah, about 2 o'clock, yeah? Or if you're more of a foodie, pizza slice or cake slice,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever you like. Anything that's about that sort of an angle,
Yeah.
okay? Don't need to be pinpoint perfect about it. So around about that angle, then we're going to go back a little bit and then we're going to bring the front of the car in.
Okay.
That's basically it,
Yeah.
okay? We're going to break it down into 3 chunks. So this is chunk number 1, which is the pulling away and getting next to the car bit. Okay, this might be roughly in the middle of the gap. Okay, now I'm going to get into reverse straight away. So our reversing lights come on. Anybody coming up from behind knows we're about to go backwards. Okay, so that was chunk 1.
Yeah.
Quite straightforward.
Yeah.
Chunk 2. Just go back in a dead straight line until you're about halfway along that car. Again, roughly.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm just going to wait for this lady to walk past. Don't want to be reversing towards her when she's walking on the pavement. Okay. So now we turn the steering wheel and we let the car go back until we feel like we've got that sort of pizza slice or 2 o'clock angle.
Yeah.
You tell me when you think we're there.
Out there.
Yeah. Okay. Now what we want to do is straighten the front wheel up.
Yeah.
The white lines on the camera disappear, and now this yellow and green intersection there, we want it just touching the top edge of the curb.
Okay.
Okay. And when it does, we're just going to stop. There. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was chunk 2. We're just going back in a straight line, angling the car, getting to that point. Chunk 3. Checking all around, making sure it's safe. Turning the steering wheel so you can see the white line on the camera just misses the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this image is going to be no further use to us. Okay. As long as you keep your steering here, we'll end up where we want to be.
Okay.
Okay. So you just check all around. And now all I'm doing really is paying attention to that car that I'm reversing behind. Okay, and I'm waiting until the front of the car comes in completely there and I'm stopped. Okay, then I straighten the front wheels up so they're not poking out into the road. Job done.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. You made that seem really easy.
Well, let's see how difficult or easy you find it. I'll just back us up a little bit, just so that you've got room to get out.
Okay.
Right, first time round, I'll just talk you through it.
Okay.
Okay, chunk by chunk. See what you think. See if you feel confident in having a go by yourself, and then if you do, we'll see how you get on. Okay, so to begin with, first gear. Nice slow pull away. Just make sure you, because we're on a bit of a slope, make sure you find biting point before you release the handbrake.
Okay.
Steer a bit more rapidly. clutch all the way down, straighten up, stop there. Okay, into reverse. Okay, that's chunk 1.
Okay.
Chunk 2. Go back about halfway, check all around, make sure there's nobody anywhere near us. Look over both shoulders. That's it. About halfway. I'll go a little bit further. Yeah, about there. Cool. Right, turn the steering wheel. So pointing towards the back of the car's pointing towards the curb. Yep, keep going the same way. That's it. Okay, stop there. Okay, let the car go back at an angle. Stop when you're about that 45 degrees. Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Straighten your steering wheel up. Back until that yellow and green intersection touches the top edge of the curb. Stop. Turn the steering wheel until the white line on the camera misses the curb. Keep going. Keep going. Bit more. A little bit more. You're there. Okay, ignore the camera. Look at the front of the car. Wait until you're looking directly at whoever would be in the passenger seat and stop. Let it go back a little bit more, just a tiny little bit more, sorry. Just turn the steering wheel again. That's it, now stop. Now we're nice and parallel with the curb.
Yeah.
Right, so handbrake on into neutral. And if you have a look in your door mirror, I don't know if you can see, but we've got about that much space between us and the curb,
Okay.
which is ideal. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I know there was a little bit of stress there with the taxi coming the other way, but they were cool. They held back. They didn't put us under pressure.
Yeah.
Didn't get annoyed. Didn't beep. Gave me a wave when I gave him a wave. So, all cool.
Okay.
What were your thoughts?
They're alright actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of keeping things as simple as possible. Okay.
Yeah.
I could make it really complicated, but why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why make life hard when you can make it simple? Okay, so let's have another go.
Okay.
So to begin with, when you're pulling away, just make sure you can feel the car wanting to tug slightly first before you release the handbrake.
Okay.
And then lots of rapid full lock steering. Even though you're driving very, very slow, steer very quickly so you can angle out and straighten back up again.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so that bit over to you. This is chunk 1. Okay, now you can release the handbrake and you shouldn't hold that. That's it. That's lovely speed control. Really nice. And what are you going to do next?
Reverse.
Yep. Just put it back into neutral. Just hold it on the brake for a second because we're still on the slope. That's it. So just so, I know you're not familiar with this car. Okay, so just you need to go straight across and then up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Okay. So what's the next bit?
Halfway.
Okay. Cool. And the next bit.
Is it full lock? Or?
It depends on the width of the road that you're dealing with. Okay, I wouldn't say full lock on this road, otherwise we'll end up with our wheels on the grass.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, what's the next bit?
Just reverse backwards until you get the yellow line.
Okay. Don't take it off too early. Wait until the front of the car's coming completely. There. Cool. That's it. Handbrake neutral. You're done.
Okay.
So first time round, obviously I talked you through everything. That time I barely said anything other than, so what are you going to do now then?
Yeah.
You did the rest really. I just gave you a tiny little bit of guidance there at the end, just to make sure that the front of the car's completely in.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on parallel parking now then?
Quite like it.
To learn how to deliver effective, engaging and enjoyable lessons for both you and your students, then subscribe to our student video library. It contains hundreds of short videos of real-life lessons covering every subject involved in driver training and is fully searchable by lesson subject, teaching techniques and Part 3 test competencies. Plus, there are over a dozen Part 2 training videos as well. Just click on the link below to subscribe.